Yo, 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 what's going on? Vince Reed here, and today we are starting a new series. I'm excited. We're going to talk about millionaires, we're going to talk about broke people, and I'm going to do it over 3 weeks because it's a deep topic. We got a lot to cover. So, for those of you who have no idea who the heck I am, my name is Vince Reed. I teach marketing and lead generation. I help business owners get more traffic and leads for their business. And I tell people all the time, it's like this. What your diet is to fitness, that's what leads are to your business. I don't care how awesome you think your sales funnel is. I don't think, you understand that that thing's not going to work unless you're driving some traffic, some leads through it. All right, so who do we got here? Who's on? What's up, Billy? Yo, 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 Leon, what's going on? Make sure you like, comment, and share if you can hear me. Let's see if we get some likes. I know I've done this before, didn't check the sound, and everyone couldn't hear me. So if you can hear me and if you can see me, definitely hit the like button, comment, and we'll get this party started. Let's see, Rakeem, what's going on? What's up, what's up? All right, so this is always an interesting topic, and I know it's not easy, especially for individuals who, for whatever reason, maybe your bank account isn't where you want it to be. All right, now, today I live in a 5,000 square foot home in Southern California, but back in 2007, I had foreclosure stickers stuck on my door. I had $0 in my bank account. All right, so I understand what it feels like to have nothing. And I didn't even have a car. I had to basically share a car with my girlfriend, who's now my wife. And today, obviously, things have changed a little bit. And I want to talk to you about that, because if I could go back and talk to myself, back in 2007, 2008, when I was losing everything, all right, I would really have hoped I would have been able to watch what I'm going to be sharing with you over the next 3 weeks as we break into really millionaires versus, broke people, because I could have easily fallen trapped to, some of the habits that we're going to talk about. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be breaking down over the next 3 weeks. You can call them habits, you can call them lessons, you can call them whatever you want, but there's 3 major components that I've recognized as the major differences between millionaires and broke people. All right, so we're going to talk about that. So who's here? Hit the like button. You guys pumped up? Okay, let me show you guys something really cool. So this over here, so for those of you who don't know, I actually am expecting my second child, my son. So we're like, this room is getting like remade into the baby's room. Pretty excited about that. I know a lot of you guys have never actually seen up here. Here's my man cave. Sometimes I break it out. We've got TVs, game rooms. We even have the couch that breaks out into a bed. We've got some guests coming over this weekend. We got the Mayweather fight happening. It's going to be fun. Let's see, who do we got there? Joel, what's up? How are you? Awesome. But if you would have told me back in '07 when I had basically, the bad habits of broke people, you wouldn't have told me that this would be my life. I didn't have a car. My girlfriend was paying the bills. Talk about a slap to your ego. All right, so we're going to break into the components, all right? And this week we're going to dive into component number 1. All right, there's 3 different components that I want to basically share with you. All right, this is my office. This is where I spend most of my time. I have some notes. I'll be walking around checking out some notes here. All right, so who's here? Hit the like button, comment. Who's here? Who's watching live? I want to see who's on here. All right, so there's 3 components between millionaires and broke people. We'll just call them habits. These habits that I'm going to share with you are most of the habits that I've found in broke people, and guess what? I was one of them. Okay, I was one of them. Now, I know what some people who probably don't have a lot of money are going to say. Money isn't everything, and, having money is the root of all evil and all that stuff I'm talking about. If you want to be a millionaire, listen to this. If you like your situation, then you can jump off, because I'm going to hit some nerves that I had when I was broke, because I made every excuse in the book, and we're going to talk about it. So this is a habit that I had to shift that made me a lot of money. All right, so how many of you guys want to basically dive into this, and you're willing to take maybe a few punches to the gut that can switch things around so you can start to live the life that you deserve? All right, because there's no reason that there's some cool things out there in the world, okay, nice houses, cars, all those material things that people try to tell you is bad, but they all want, okay, you can have them, okay, and I'm going to share with you over the next 3 weeks how you can get them. All right, so habit number 1, bad habit number 1, all right, is basically a poverty mindset. All right, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to break into 5 components of this, what I call the poverty mindset, that pretty much limits anyone that basically isn't making the kind of money that they want to make, that's limiting them and keeping them broke. All right? So I'm going to break into these 5 components as I check my notes here. All right, so one of the things that I've noticed that I did that most people do when they don't have a lot of money is they're constantly telling everybody that they're broke. They're constantly, oh, I'm broke, I don't have any money. They're constantly, I'm broke, this and that. I don't have any money, I can't do this, I can't do that. I'm broke. So they just become that person. I actually posted in my private community. I have this private Facebook community where we talk about marketing and lead generation and traffic, each and every day. And I said, listen, be aware and be conscious of your thoughts and your words. Okay, be aware and be conscious of your thoughts and your words. If you're constantly telling everybody, oh, I'm broke, I can't afford to do this, I can't do that, then guess what? It's going to continue to be that way. Nobody cares about you being broke. They only care about what you're going to do to fix it. All right? And I think that's very difficult because what we want is we want people to feel sorry for us or, it's okay, things are going to get better. No, it's not unless you make a change and stop telling everybody that you broke and that you don't have anything. Do something about it. It's no different. Like, for example, it was really kind of sad, but it was a great lesson for my daughter last weekend. So last weekend we took her to San Diego. We went to Legoland. And, she's really competitive and she wants to be pretty much perfect with everything that she does. And there was this ride and she just turned 3. And this ride was for 5-year-olds. And she wanted to ride it. So she goes on and it's like this car. And literally it's like they're really driving. Like the kids are driving. There's a gas pedal and they have to turn. And she could barely, she's figuring it out. And it took her a couple times around to figure it out. But at one point, she went into the wall and she didn't know how to get herself off the wall. And the people in there are kind of helping all the other kids. And she was kind of stuck and couldn't go. You could see her feelings got hurt. She starts crying. And she comes out. She's like, Daddy, I didn't do it right. I didn't do it right. I'm not good at this. And she's like telling me she's not good at it and she can't drive and this and that. And I said, don't tell yourself that you're going to go back in here. We're going to try it again. We have a little toy car out there. We're going to go home and we're going to practice. And don't say that you can't do this. You can do this. So if you keep telling, oh, I'm broke, then guess what? Then that's your fault. Because if you're an adult, you've got the internet, you're watching this. If you're watching this, you've got a phone, which means that you paid for the phone, you're paying for the internet. You have the means to change your current situation. The question is, are you willing to basically do what it takes to actually change it? All right, so the difference between millionaires, and broke people is in terms of one of the components of the poverty mindset is they don't sit there and tell everybody their situation. I don't want to hear that you can't get to the event. What I want you to do is go find a way to get to the event and then tell the story. I couldn't, for example, the first event that I went to, the company that basically acquired my last company, I went to the first internet marketing event, could barely afford a ticket to that event. I didn't go there, I can barely afford it. After I went to the event, made money, made it happen, I told the story. When I first went to this event, I couldn't even afford to get to this event. I sat in the back. That's how you move and motivate people. Nobody wants to hear the sob stories. All right, so stop saying that if you're broke. Make it happen and change it. Hit the like button if that makes sense. I told you there's going to be some body blows, especially for those of you who don't like it right between the eyes. I'm going to give it to you real and raw. All right? All right, so that's one of the components of the five, that's one of the 5 components of poverty mindset. Now, over the next 3 weeks, there's 3 points. This is point number 1, poverty mindset. Number 2, everything is a scam. It's a scam, all right? Everything is a scam. Here's a way for you to build a business. Here's a way for you to get leads. Here's a way for you to do something. It's a scam. It's a scam. Everything is a scam to broke people, all right? Everything's not a scam. Okay, what you're saying, for example, if you know anyone in the world that's had success in anything, real estate, online marketing, opening up brick and mortar stores, build a restaurant, whatever, that wasn't a scam. Just because you failed in the past, or you've seen other people fail, which, by the way, most people are going to fail at most things. In fact, I failed at a lot more. It's not even close. I failed at so many more things than I've had success. But the difference is I learned from those failures because failure is life's biggest learning lesson. All right? Failure is a life's biggest learning lesson. I laugh all the time when people go, oh, that person failed at 6 businesses. You shouldn't trust them. They failed at 6. Well, how many businesses have you failed in? Oh, you haven't started any businesses. That's why you haven't failed. That's why you haven't failed at anything. Stop it. It's the best learning lesson of all time. My first company that I started, it was terrible. But I learned a lot of business, and a lot of things about business. Everything is not a scam, all right? Now, that doesn't mean you just go in there blindly and do anything. But broke people, they've got this mindset. And it's a way of, it's basically a coping and a protective mechanism that protects them from feeling any kind of like, feeling that they didn't have success or they're already broke. I mean, the way I look at it is like when I was broke, I was like, I'm already broke, so it can't get any worse. But broke people, they can't face having any kind of other setback because that would be a scam. It's not a scam. Stop it. Millionaires don't think like that. They're willing to go in there. They take calculated risk, but they make it happen. Okay, component number 3 inside of the poverty mindset. Hit the like button if you're getting value. Let's see, who do we got here? I haven't messaged you guys. Manny, what's going on? Jeff, I see you, my friend. Raymond. Danny, what's up? All right, hit the like button. Let's go nuts. Because we got to end this poverty mindset. We got to end these bad habits. You can do it. You can make it happen. All right, cool. Let's see who else. What's up, Keith? Daryl, I see you. All right, so component number 3. This is a big one. This is a big one, and this is basically a terrible habit of broke people. And this is just ridiculous. And this is going to offend people that don't have a lot of money, but I hope it offends you so much when you change it and you do something different. Again, all these habits are things that I did. So I'm not sitting here saying I'm perfect. Trust me, when I was broke, guess what? I was telling them I'm broke, feeling, wanting people to feel bad for me. Everything was a scam. Okay, and this component here is another habit that I had, and that's simply the fact that broke people don't want to invest in anything. And I'm going to tell you a secret. When you get money, you end up spending a lot less. So for example, if you notice, like if you're a celebrity or you're making a lot of money, most of the time people just let you in for free. It's the broke people that they make pay because they bring no value into whatever it is that they're getting, that they're getting into, if that makes sense. So if you're not bringing in any value, people aren't going to offer you anything for free, but you have to invest in yourself. I get so many people that want this like free mentality. Now here's the difference. What a lot of people are saying, well, Vince, if I'm broke, well, how the heck can I invest in myself? I get it. I was there. There's a lot of free resources out there. All right, there's a lot of free resources out there. Use them. I'm not saying that. In fact, some of the free stuff is better than the paid stuff. But here's the problem. Because you didn't pay for it, you don't respect it. Therefore, you don't value it. And I'm going to give you an example. Why don't you go out right now? Okay, so for example, let's say you have a job and you're making $2,000 a month. All right, guess what? You could live as if you're making $5,000 to $10,000 a month, earning $2,000 a month. But let me ask you if you would do this. Go live in a Motel 6. Okay, spend $24 or whatever it is a night. Okay, that you're going to let your dollar stretch. Okay, I want you to go buy peanut butter and jelly, and that's what you're going to eat all month. Okay, I want you to take the bus. I want you to get rid of your phone and all of your expenses. And guess what? You could live and you could go invest in yourself. Right? But you don't want to do that. Right? You want nicer things. And if you want nicer things, then you're going to have to invest in yourself. Because here's the deal. The amount of money you make represents the amount of value you offer the world. Period. The amount of money you make represents the amount of value you offer the world. If you're broke, chances are you aren't providing any value, therefore no one's giving you money. It's funny, like, especially like, for example, during the meltdown, when I was broke, when I was making all these excuses that I'm telling you, I did it. Okay, I'm not exempting myself from this mindset. I'm just telling you, this is component number 1 of 3, poverty mindset. Okay, I did these things. But the difference was, okay, at some point I had to basically wake up and say, okay, something has to change. I had to look at what people that were making money were doing versus the things that I was doing, and it was clearly a major difference in what I was doing versus what they were doing. All right, so you have to invest in yourself. All right, you have to invest in yourself. And let me kind of go back because there's someone saying, well, I know I kind of didn't finish the thought. You can't afford to do something, so what can you do? You can't afford to invest in yourself. You have to take the free content seriously. So for example, right now I'm teaching you some of the mindsets that you have as a broke person and what you need to change to become rich. Most broke people won't want to listen to this. They'll get offended. They'll want to jump off. They won't see value in it. They'll be thinking every which way to counteract the things that I'm saying versus saying, you know what, he has a point. Let me try to implement it. The people that are probably listening to this are the ones probably that are making money or recognize that these are things that I have to change and they're more open to it. So my point is, if you're going to use free information, you need to value it. The same reason you don't value, the Motel 6 as you do the house. Okay, it has no value to you because you don't perceive yourself there. Okay, it's the same way free content is. You don't perceive the value, therefore you don't feel like it can actually help you take your business to the next level. All right? Number 4, component of poverty mindset. Again, we're going to be diving into 3. Hit the like button, comment if you're getting value. Who else we got here? Let's see. Danny, I see you. Carol, what's up? Good morning. All right. Here's the big one. Here's a big one. Hit the like button, comment if you guys want number 4. Okay, this is one of the bad habits. I had it. Okay, and it's just this one right here. This one's getting real. All right. Broke people simply don't follow instructions. They don't listen, and they don't follow the rules. They don't follow the rules. The golden rule: the man with the money makes the rules. The man with the money makes the rules. When I was coming up and I was trying to get the attention of different industry leaders, different gurus, and I knew I didn't have the money to basically get their attention, the last thing I wanted to do was piss them off or make them have a perception of me that I wasn't willing to do the work, or I wasn't willing to invest in myself, or I wasn't willing to basically go the extra mile. All right? And I knew that there was 2 ways into the crowd. You could either buy your way in, which meant you had money, and you could pay them 20, 30, 40 grand or whatever for mentorship, or you could produce your way in. You could produce your way in and you could hustle. I chose to produce my way in, meaning when I would get courses and products and I was affiliated to those things, I chose to make them a lot of money. If I got a result from one of their trainings, I did a testimonial. I shared it with the people that were watching, and I gave them props. To this day, I speak highly of all my mentors. I never would have ever wanted any mentor that I was seeking, or anyone that I'm watching, to perceive me as a freebie seeker, as a person that wasn't investing in myself, that a person that was making excuses, as a person that was basically, causing a problem or, creating more of an issue inside the community. I wanted to be perceived as a valuable asset to the community. And I see so many people make terrible mistakes. In fact, I came in the office this morning, and my assistant and my team was telling me about this individual that basically got a product, all right, which was massively discounted. And, if I go back and watch what I've said right now, when I go watch the replay, I'm sure I probably said things wrong, made a mistake here or there. So anyways, long story short, I make this sales letter, and the product is basically 90% off. But when I'm recording the video, I say 95% off. But the letter, the copy on the page, everything shows the price as 90% off. But I said 95% off. So the person that edits the video, basically, when I say 95% off, but everything on the page, everything that I say thereafter shows 90% off. It was an error on my mistake making the video. Okay, this person, you don't have integrity. You priced the products at 90% off, not 95% off. And I said, look, at first, our support team says, we'll definitely fix it, which I was grateful for. Then it turned into this big old ordeal. So now every time I perceive this individual, what do I perceive? A person that basically could have had a switch. If they would have been cool about the situation, I would have fixed the error because I made the mistake saying it. But everything on the page, the price at the end showed 90% off. I just said 95, should have said 90. I didn't even catch it. And I fixed it. But now the person goes bananas. We refund them the money, the $5, and we say, you know what, our company is not a good fit because we don't want that kind of energy. You could have easily handled the situation. We would have fixed it. We're talking a complete simple error that could have been handled. My point is, if you want a relationship, there's easy ways to handle certain things, and you have to remember that you've got to follow the basic instructions and remember that the person that you want to connect with, those are the person that makes the rules. We don't like it. I mean, it's not the way that you really would ideally want the world to work, but it's the truth, all right? Because here's the thing that we have to understand. If it takes the person who you want to connect with more time and money to deal with your situation, because, for example, most of the time they don't need that interaction. They're busy building their companies, working on their businesses. If they take even a second to spend that time invested in you, you have to take it where you get it. You got to get in where you fit in. Even if that's 2 seconds, value that time because they don't have to do that, all right? So let me dive into number 5, okay, of the poverty mindset. The big one. Hit the like button or comment if that makes sense. That's a hard one to take, but it's definitely true. Let's see, who do we got here? Rob, what's up? What's going on? Tony, how are you? Elliot, what's going on? Chris, I see you. Cool. Say what's up to Vinny. Vinny's back there working. Wave, Vinny.
What up?
Awesome. All right. Cool. All right, this one's a big one. All right? Everything, bad habit, broke people have. Everything's too expensive. This one's going to hurt a little bit. Everything is too expensive. And I got some news for you, okay? Nothing is too expensive. You just can't afford it. Listen to what I said. Broke people say it's too expensive. If it was too expensive, that would mean nobody could afford it. That would mean nobody would buy it. That Bentley, that mansion down the street that looks like a hotel, somebody bought that. It's not too expensive. You just can't afford it. And that was very, very difficult for my brain to take when I was broke because I didn't understand that. So for example, let's say you got a, you could stay in a hostel. You could stay in a motel. You could stay in a condo. You could stay in a house. Or you could stay in a mansion. Immediately, some of you already discredited the hostel. Some of you discredited the condo. Some of you said, you know what, I could get a house. Your brain already said, that's what I can afford. You don't even start thinking, what are the necessary things that I need to do if I want the mansion? There are people that say, you know what, they go straight to the mansion. They go straight to in fact, I want 10 mansions. Do you see where your brain can take you? And it's just amazing how so many people, oh, it's too expensive. It's not too expensive. Somebody bought that Bentley. Somebody bought that Lambo. Somebody bought that mansion. You just can't afford it. And you've got to shift your mindset and figuring out what is the value that I can put into the marketplace that can actually afford the things that I want in life. Because if you're sitting there and you're not getting things that you want, there's nobody's fault but yours. Okay, once you become an adult, once you have the decisions, and trust me, there's things that I can't afford right now that I would like. And I've got to do the necessary things to basically get those things. All right? So this is basically one of three differences, okay, between millionaires and broke people. Okay, and you might say, well, Vince, what do you know about that? Well, I've had the opportunity in my life to interview a lot of them. Just go look at my podcast, Internet Traffic Jam. Okay, the last, 3 months, that's all we've been doing is talking to them. Okay, I've gone to, masterminds and all types of groups and hung out with tons of people that make a lot of money. And I'm not going to sit here and, tell you the warm and fuzzy answer that you want to hear. Okay, I'm going to tell you the truth. Okay, that's the one thing that you can get from me. I'm going to tell you the truth. So you've got to make those decisions, and you've got to get rid of this poverty mindset. So let me recap the poverty mindset breaking points that you guys got to remember. All right? So number one, broke people always tell everybody in their situation that they're broke. Stop. Okay? Number two, everything is a scam. Everything is not a scam. Number three, they never invest in themselves. You've got to invest in yourself and get better. All right? The amount of money you make represents the amount of value you offer the world. Number four, they don't follow the rules. Follow the rules. I mean, I think our team was telling me, we told them to send in a support ticket. The guy, the story, didn't even want to send in a support ticket. It's like, just follow the basic rules. Maybe there would be something we could fix. Everything is too expensive. It's not too expensive. You just can't afford it. We got to make the necessary steps to afford it. All right? So here's the deal, guys. I want you guys to have the things that you may not even think are possible. I want to break down those limiting beliefs that a lot of you may have. And it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be tough, but it can happen. I'm living proof each and every day. Hit the like button if you guys got value from this. And if you're excited about the next few episodes as we dive deeper, wait till you guys get to point number 2 and 3. All right, we're going to go even deeper. All right? But I know that it's possible for you. I just want you guys to basically take the necessary actions to do it. And it starts with just hearing it. Sometimes, it's not, for example, it's not what you do, it's how you do it. And sometimes it's just somebody saying something in a different way that triggers it. And hopefully from my experiences in my life, they'll help you. So anyways, Vinny, do me a favor. Put the link to the iLeaders community, pin it to the top. I've got a private coaching community. You can get started for less than a cup of coffee. All right? We basically teach all of the traffic and lead generation strategies on the internet. We dive deep. It's my private community. And it's awesome. So I'd love every single one of you to check this out to be a part of it. Vinny will pin it to the top. And come in, join. In fact, I'm going to go live in that group right now. I do an open Q&A, answer their questions, talk about the lessons that I released, and it's a lot of fun. All right, so with that being said, look out for video 2 where we dive deeper into millionaires versus broke people, and we're going to have fun. That being said, I'm out. Later.